In a world obsessed with noise, where every opinion is posted, every plan explained, and every emotion broadcast, those who master silence hold the real power. While others seek validation through constant expression, the strategist waits, listens, and lets others reveal themselves. Because sometimes the most powerful move is saying nothing at all. The silent advantage, outthinking through silence. Niccolo Machiavelli once wrote, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." The fool rushes to speak, broadcasting his position, seeking approval, and revealing vulnerabilities. The wise remain silent, absorbing, observing, collecting intelligence others give away for free. This isn't passivity. It's strategy. Strategic silence creates an asymmetric advantage. While others speak and expose themselves, you gather insights without reciprocating. In negotiation, it's known as the rule: whoever speaks first loses. In relationships, the best listener usually understands more. In competition, those who talk about their plans before executing them often underdeliver, because speech replaces action and prediction replaces surprise. Authority-building silence, power in restraint. Machiavelli understood that power is partly perception, and perception can be shaped by calculated restraint. A prince must imitate both the fox and the lion, he advised. The fox knows when speech undermines authority rather than enhances it. People instinctively fill informational gaps with favorable assumptions. The leader who speaks only on matters that truly matter rather than every minor issue commands attention. The one who responds to criticism only when necessary appears confident, not reactive. That's why those at the top speak less, but with more consequence. The junior executive talks to impress. The CEO delivers short, decisive statements. The insecure explain. The secure assert. The anxious react. The confident choose when to. Engage ambiguity, preserving silence. The power of the unsaid. Machiavelli famously wrote, "It is safer to be feared than loved when one cannot be both." But the insight runs deeper. In situations where clarity costs you flexibility, ambiguity is power. Strategic ambiguity allows multiple interpretations to coexist. It invites others to project their own assumptions, hopes, and fears onto your silence. By refusing to clarify, you remain fluid, uncommitted, free to adapt as situations shift. Politicians master this by speaking in broad strokes that appeal to opposing audiences. Skilled negotiators avoid premature specifics. Leaders paint vision, but not every brushstroke. In all these cases, ambiguity is not deception, it's control. Overdefining too early locks you into paths that might no longer serve you. The psychological force of silence. Beyond tactics, silence carries profound psychological weight. Understanding how it shapes perception explains why silence often succeeds. Where persuasion fails, silence invites projection. Human minds abhor a vacuum. When you say nothing, others fill the gap. With their own insecurities, fears, or expectations, you remain a mirror. They reveal themselves. Men are so simple, Machiavelli wrote, and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims. Strategic silence leverages this tendency without even lying. This is why interrogators often pause rather than probe. The discomfort compels the other party to speak. The same applies in negotiation. Whoever can tolerate silence wins leverage. Silence establishes dominance. The one who speaks first seeks validation. The one who waits implies authority. The quiet one in the meeting often commands more attention than the talker. The job candidate who asks more than they tell, more impressive. It echoes Machiavelli's principle. It is better to be feared than loved. Fear depends on distance. Distance is reinforced by selective speech. Silence creates mystique. Men judge more by the eye than by the hand, Machiavelli observed. People are impressed by what they cannot fully see or grasp. When you share every thought, fear, and plan, you become ordinary. When you speak selectively, you become enigmatic. The leader who shares every deliberation invites others to believe they could do the same. The leader who shares only the outcome retains power and mystique. This isn't deceit, it's emotional strategy. Authority isn't just earned. It's perceived, the dangerous allure of transparency. Modern culture worships openness. Be real. Share your truth. Be transparent. But Machiavelli would warn that this isn't always virtue. It can be voluntary vulnerability. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present, he wrote. Speech creates commitments, and commitment can become a trap. Transparency binds you to past declarations. It limits your flexibility. That's not authenticity. That's strategic malpractice. This isn't to endorse dishonesty, but to distinguish between strategic silence and reckless disclosure. Machiavelli's advice: never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. In modern terms, never give away power through disclosure when you can win through disciplined silence. We see the trap in every domain. Work, sharing premature ideas, over-explaining in meetings, revealing negotiation positions too soon. Relationships, confessing too early, disclosing plans that may change, speaking emotions before understanding context. Such behavior isn't strength, it's self-sabotage. The over-discloser becomes predictable, manipulable, and easily dismissed. The person who says little, listens more, and reveals rarely, remains in control. The discipline of strategic silence. So how do we apply this in the real world? Practice information asymmetry. Before you share your position, learn theirs. Ask before answering. Listen before speaking. As Machiavelli advised, be a fox to detect traps, a lion to confront threats. Intelligence comes first, speech only when necessary. Embrace strategic ambiguity. Don't rush to define everything. Keep goals broad when details could trap you. This gives you room to adapt, and room for others to interpret in ways that work for you. Get comfortable with silence. Most people fear it. Use it. In meetings, negotiations, and arguments, pause. Let others fill the space. You'll be surprised what they reveal when you say nothing. The strategic whisper. Strategic silence isn't about muteness, it's about contrast. The disciplined speaker, the one who shares only what serves their objective, commands attention. Their words weigh more not because they're louder, but because they're fewer. The vulgar crowd is always taken by appearances, Machiavelli noted, and most of the world is vulgar in that sense. In a world addicted to noise, the silent strategist stands apart. They win not because they speak, but because they know when not to.